world to begin with, and if I was, I would be working the fields. Screw it, let somebody else be a scout. It won't be me. Yes. Hello.
Hi, considering a lot of the other Funimation guys have done it, have you been approached or done any casting for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
Have you ever been approached for casting for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No, but I actually wrote, I helped adapt the first 15, 20 some odd episodes of Stardust Crusaders for Viz Media. I have a love-hate relationship with that show.
I think everyone does.
Yeah, I just can't. I think I would absolutely adore it if I was just a fan viewing it. But having worked on it and having worked with the scripts and stuff, I can't bring myself. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Passion. Yes.
Do you still believe that pineapple goes on pizza though?
Yeah. Okay, we had this conversation yesterday, and I'm going to set the record straight right now. Pineapple can go on pizza. I will not eat it, but it can go on pizza. Anchovies, on the other hand, can go straight to hell. And stay there. No. They don't belong on pizza. They don't belong on this planet. It's... No. Pineapple's okay, though. But generally, the best pizza is just a straight cheese pizza. Yes. That's all you need. Welcome back. He's doing... He's got it. Who knows what he's doing? Dude, you should have seen him yesterday. He was running up and down stairs for people to get their questions yesterday. Yeah.
It's a nice change of pace for him.
Y'all are so cheeky over here. I love it. Any other questions?
We'll take you down, boy.
Fight. Do what?
I was just going to say, who, in Attack on Titan, anyone who's died, who would you like to bring back to life if you could?
Who would I want to bring back to life out of people who've died in Titan? Who here has not seen Attack on Titan at all? Nothing. All right. Yeah, I don't want, you don't like, so you're probably not going to watch it at all anyway? I don't want to spoil anything for you. Are you sure? You sure? Is it cool if I answer this? All right, cool. I would bring back Marco. Because that's just such an unsatisfying ending, and I get why. Because that's what they were going for. It's just that feel, because that's part of war too. Is that whole feeling of oh my God, I love this guy, and we didn't even see him die. It just happens off screen or whatever. We find out about it later, and obviously it's the key to Jean's arc, to him, growing up essentially. But it's just so. And I would still let the death happen so that Jean gets that arc, because he needs that. Because I think he's, other than Armin or Levi, who have really good arcs, I think Jean has, out of the main cast, has one of the best personal stories in that whole show. Just his transformation is so interesting to watch. But I would bring Marco back later on.
I think just for the audience's sake, it would be nice to see how he died.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is I don't know, again, I haven't read far ahead in the manga or anything. I don't know if they've revealed anything. All right, cool. Apparently something happens. I'm not gonna ask because I don't want to know. But I've had a feeling since we saw that it died off screen. I was like, it's either not Marco and we think it's Marco, or he did die and it was somebody that we know that did it. But those are my two things. She is going insane up here wanting to tell me what it is.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, probably. So, we'll see. That was one thing too. People had this really big conspiracy theory for a while, as after anybody died in the mangaka would stop drawing their picture in the, their character would no longer show up in the little lineup anymore. He would just be gone. But after Marco's death, he stayed. He never stopped putting Marco in there. So I don't know what that means, if it means anything, but it's interesting. But yeah, Marco I would bring back, or Petra. But at the same time, I don't want Petra to come back, because my favorite joke to do at cons is to just be I guess that tree was petrified.
I cosplay Hector.
Oh, do you? So you want her to come back? Or Marco would come back, but he's half the man he used to be. Is that your Peter Griffin? Nice. Other questions? Yes. Okay.
First one.
Could you put it up closer to your mouth? I can't hear you.
Yes, do you have any theories about the types of names? So I was thinking of his father, probably if you might create the humanoid Titans, I wasn't sure if his father or his generation past him created the Titans the first one.
Right.
Then,
I don't know. I've never really. I have a feeling. Obviously, the answers are in the basement. Either that, or he's just hiding the recipe for Jägermeister. But I've had that feeling ever since we see the syringe in that first flashback of like, okay, I don't think he has anything to do with their creation, like their initial creation, but I think he figured out the formula.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So like, I know, she's just losing her mind over here. That's why I'm like trying not to. It's gonna be okay, Natsu. It's fine, Natsu. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Which one? I'm sorry.
Who the character you made?
Tyrion. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you considered doing Joker in DC.
Oh my god. Yeah, if anybody ever approached me to do Joker, I would do it in a heartbeat. At the same time, though, I would be terrified. Because, I mean, like, Tyrion was basically me being like, okay, I get to create this character and do my own thing. I would like to, just because of the way he feels, I want to do my Mark Hamill Joker for him. So, that's what I did was...
That's what I was thinking about.
These chairs, dude, they're going to be the death of me.
Some other chairs.
And this is when he knew he screwed up. But like, no, Tyrion. Yeah, so like the Tyrion. What's the best way to explain it? Whenever I looked at Tyrion, I saw the first few lines, and just the way that he was supposedly supposed to just kind of sitting there and just being very, very excited about the possibility of, ooh, what am I going to do for Salem today? It seemed very Joker-esque to me. It's just like he has kind of this warped kind of religion around Salem, and that's kind of his, he calls her his goddess, and he obviously is very dedicated to whatever her mission is. But other than that, he just likes to kill and cause mayhem and mischief and stuff. He loves to watch the world burn. So I thank you so much. That just, to me, felt very Jokerish, and so that's why I threw out the Mark Hamill. And the fact that they were like, we would like an evil laugh to go, we would like him to have a very nice evil laugh or something along the lines of the Joker. I said, okay. I love doing that. So let's, and that's where the audition that I sent them was literally the first scene that we see him, which is the eye for an eye. And that's how I got Tyrion.
You what? I bet they're freaked out over there.
Good.
Well, to be fair, I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have any hidden voice talents, like any voices you know you can do that you've never voiced?
That I've never been able to do.
Well, voices you can do that you've never voiced.
That I've never used. Any of Billy West? No. I tried doing like a Farnsworth or something for a while, like that. Good news, everyone! Type of thing. But like, I can't get that natural kind of bubbliness to his voice that he's able to put into it. So I don't think it's a fair or even a good impression. I can't even do Zoidberg. I'm not even going to attempt Zoidberg. I can do a pretty mean Andy Serkis Gollum though. It's nice and cool, so juicy and sweet. I really wish to catch a fish, so juicy and sweet. Gollum. There you go. What's potatoes, precious? What's potatoes are? Potatoes? Let's see, what else? Well, I can do a pretty good Goofy. Oh gosh, I can't. Oh, Mickey's not awake today. I've been fighting a throat thing. Oh gosh, fellas. Oh boy. I try to do dialects, but I'm not very good. I don't think at dialects. Unless it's like over-the-top cartoony versions of dialects and stuff, you know, they generally come across as offensive, I think. So I don't do them in public. But, right, whatever. But like, say that again. Morgan Freeman. I'm Morgan Freeman. Hello. I like to narrate the penguins and life in general. The universe only exists because I narrate it. I don't know, dude. You throw something out, I could probably figure it out. But like, yeah, impressions are really how I learned to perform, first and foremost. I started off when I fell in love with cartoons in general when I was a kid, like 2 or 3 years old, and I'm pretty sure my first words in this world were DuckTales, woohoo. And so I just I grew up on a steady diet of the Disney Afternoon and Gargoyles and Animaniacs, Hysteria, all this, and and also the late 80s things like He-Man and She-Ra and everything else. So like I would love to, like I would listen in on everything that I could, like doing a Skeletor type voice, like, oh hello He-Man. Or oh my gosh, you can hear it, can't you? Like how crappy my voice is right now. I don't know what it is, man, but so much of my high range is cut out now. But like, and like just listening to little cartoon things and always trying to imitate them, and that's how I initially, that's how I got into theater and how I started studying acting and just everything else in general. So like, yeah, no, I love impressions. I love to do impressions, even if they suck. Out of the 104th Cadet Course, who do I not want to die?
Yeah. So like John.
I definitely. I don't think Armin's gonna die because he's narrating the story. I think he survives. I don't want Krista to go.
No.
She's so cute. Sasha's too funny to die. Actually, no. The person I do not want to ever see go. She's not in the 104th though. Okay. She was already in the Scouts. Hanji.
Yeah.
I do not want to see Hanji go ever. I love Hanji too much. She's one of the best characters in the whole show. And she's so pivotal, I think, to Armin kind of becoming who he will eventually become. So please, plus my best friend voices her.
She does get more important in their relationship.
Yeah, Jessica Cavello, was the perfect Hanji for the English version. Like this, she is Hanji. Like she is. She is. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's brilliant, but it's kind of scary.
Out of interest, have you also seen the Attack on Titan in 9 minutes? Video.
No, actually, Bryce Pappenbrook just told me about it. I haven't seen it yet, though, but he said it was perfect. He was just like, I just watched Attack on Titan in 9 minutes.
We met Bryce last year and we were telling him to watch it, so I'm glad to
That's why he watched it then.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I got the equipment wet. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just stare at baby out of
There you go. Appreciate it. Oh, Meanie Me's got a question, and then Danganronpa Cast got a question. I'm a mess. Don't bring the American to your con anymore. He just breaks everything. Yes.
Out of like all the characters you've voiced, have you ever found any of them to be like really relatable, or like a level like Yuri?
To be relatable,
like that, yeah.
Yuri is the most relatable character I've ever played, by far. Were you at the panel yesterday? Were you at the one yesterday? No? Okay. So, I mean, you've heard this answer already. To me, Yuri is, I'll do it this way. Who here was at the panel yesterday? A couple? Okay. So I'm fine doing this again. Raise your hand if you consider yourself to be an artist of any kind. And when I say artist, I mean you draw, you write music, you write stories, you crochet, you have a sport that you do, or play a video game, like something that you dedicate your time to practice a skill and hone it. Now keep your hands up. Now, how many of you have ever felt about your art? Why am I trying? Why? Well, yeah, keep them up. Why am I even doing this? I'm no good. There's always someone better than me. Blah, blah, like all that stuff. That's Yuri. But in the first 5 minutes of the show, when we're introduced to him, we find out he loves ice skating. He's competing at it, and he just failed at it horribly. And he feels like he's not worth it. He feels like he made a mistake, that he shouldn't have been an ice skater to begin with. He's obviously no good. He can't compete with the people he looks up to, like Victor, and it destroys his world. Like, he has no self-confidence. He has no self-love. And that's the entire story from that moment on. But after that first 5 minutes is the story of Yuri overcoming that through the love of Victor, who he looks up to more than anything, and the love of his friends and family as they support him. And also so much that mental anguish, that mental battle that you go through as an artist, whenever you're drawing or whenever you're presenting to something, like that's what he goes through every time he's on the ice. That's why it's called Yuri on Ice. It's like that's where the battle takes place. It's with himself. Yes.
Can you give us your best British accent?
My best British? You're all going to laugh at me. It's going to be horrible. All right. I actually have two that in the States, if they go for like a British, if they want a British dialect, these are the two that I would go for. There's the BBC British, which I'm not quite sure if I'm hitting the consonants right or anything like that, but it's just that very kind of conversational, yes, how do you do kind of thing. Or you can go down to the pub and get yourself I don't know, maybe get yourself some Weetabix in the let's have some Weetabix and some beer in the morning, because that sounds like a gastrointestinal masterpiece. I sound like I'm from where? Really? All right, cool. So now I know I have a Manchester dialect and I can do that. All right, cool.
Go on then, give us your best Yorkshire one, lad.
Yorkshire? Is that what you're doing?
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Why Yorkshire? Come on.
I don't know, like, what's a Yorkshire accent dialect sound like that? What you're doing?
Like this. Yeah, my accent.
Give me something. Talk to me some more.
You're right, lad. How you doing? Let's go down to the pub today.
You're right, lad. How you doing? Let's go down to the pub there. Yeah. Along those lines, something like that. Yeah. Yari, how you doing, lad? To me, that almost sounds. It almost sounds. It's
a bit Scottish.
Yeah, we are going. I'm going a bit Scottish. Yeah, it's like right there. Yeah, that's how you do it. See, like, for me, it's really hard because once I start Scot, like, it's really hard for me to get out of it. And the easiest way for me is to go Irish. And to me, but to us in the States, Irish is basically Cork. Like, it's like that's all they think of. It's like, oh, if you're from Ireland, you sound like you're from Cork because of the frickin' Lucky Charms guy, the leprechaun. Like, what did you try? You take my Lucky Charms type thing, and it's just like. That's not what they, like, even we know is like, that's not what they sound like. But that's, in America, that's an Irish accent. Scots a lot easier for me, yes? Scottish, I think, is the hardest to understand out of all these regions for us. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Hi, so is there a particular line or moment that you really liked when you were voicing Byakuya, or...
Togami, I loved the scene where, oh my god, Genocider Show, in her normal form, is dreaming about having his children, and she has that vision of him, like, wooing her and everything, because they've already been married and they had like a dozen kids or whatever. He's just like, you get more beautiful every time I see you. Screw it. Let's conceive our 13th child right here. It's just. But we're in the road. I don't care. It's just like that whole thing was just brilliant. I loved it. For me, Togami, it's literally just hello. I'm Togami. I have more money than God, and I am better than all of you. That's him. I suppose I can help you solve this.
Can I request you say something?
Yes.
Can I request you say ass face as Tagami?
As Tagami?
Yeah, ass face.
Ass face. Nike, you ass face. My God.
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering, yesterday you said that you imagined Tokiyami would be in a band. if
Yeah.
it wasn't being a hero.
Uh-huh.
So would you think that Revelry in the Dark would be the name of that?
Oh, hell yeah. Or if anything, it's the name of the first album.
Do you think it'll become a meme?
Yeah, Revelry in the Dark. Oh, it has to. I want it to become a meme so bad. Like ever since he said it the first time, like it's already kind of become a slight of a meme in its own right. And now that's what I sign everything for Tokugami. It's just Revelry in the Dark. Revelry in the Dark. I wanted so bad when he says it those 3 times. The first time we recorded those, I made Colleen Klinkenbeard, who's the director for the dub, I made her laugh, but she kept saying, no, we can't do it like that, because I kept having him get more and more lewd with the read after each time. So the first time we see him about to go into the cave, it's just Revelry in the Dark, and he starts to go in. The next time we see him, it was Revelry in the Dark, and then the last time was Revelry in the Dark. We're like, no, we can't do that. It's not gonna work. So no. So what you have now is what you have. I love your panty and stocking cosplay, by the way. I haven't seen one in a long, long time. It's cool to see it still alive and well over here. Now the question.